Hey, welcome to Turnovision. The time's finally come. The American Song Contest is here.
American Song Contest premieres live March 21st on NBC.
I'm so excited. So.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time. So, the contest is only a few days away as it starts on the 21st of March.
So what do we know so far?
Well, we know a little bit. First of all, we know the contest format. We know it's going to be 50 states, 5 U.S. territories, and the District of Columbia, so Washington, D.C.
So 56 participants.
That's right, 56 participants. So we know there's going to be 3 rounds. There's going to be the qualifiers, the semifinals, and then the grand final, which will consist of 10 performers.
And how voting will work?
It's not going to be too dissimilar from Eurovision. So there's going to be a judge from each state, territory, or DC, 56 judges in total, of course, and they're going to kind of judge the songs each round and put forward their vote for the song that they want to see, as well as I think there's going to be weekly voting from the audience. So I think you can get signed up right now to start voting too if you want, which we did. We're going to have to place a vote or two.
Yes, we will.
So for the final round, which again will be 10 contestants, they're going to present the points in a Eurovision style format.
Wow, this is the most exciting part of Eurovision.
It really is. It's a good time. The judges themselves are going to present, their 12 points and then award the rest. And then the voter totals are going to be weighted so that places like California and Texas, places with big populations, can't just dominate the competition.
Makes sense.
Yeah, should be pretty good. Sounds like a good plan that they have.
Who are the hosts?
Oh boy, well, it's going to be controversial.
Why so?
Well, maybe not so much. The first host is going to be Snoop Dogg.
Every great song has its own kind of vibe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Some people know him very well. Doesn't matter what country you are.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's pretty famous. He just did the Super Bowl halftime here in America, which is pretty much the biggest show that you can get as a performer. So he's reached kind of the height of popularity that one artist can reach.
I don't want to disappoint you, but actually Eurovision views are bigger than Super Bowl views. I'm just saying.
You have a point, but my point in retort would be that I still know all the lyrics to his first album. So there's
You
that
can't beat
hard
that.
facts. Cold hard facts, okay?
Okay, and who is the second host?
The second host is going to be Kelly Clarkson.
Now all that music from across America will go head to head
On one stage.
Who I'm a big fan of. She was the winner of the very first season of the American competition, American Idol. Which was a very big deal when she won.
Yeah, it was a very loved show here in USA.
Yeah, it really was. She went on to have a really good career, lots of radio hits. Certainly one of the most, if not maybe kind of tied for the most popular competitor to ever come out of American Idol. I think maybe there's been one or two that might have been competing, but Kelly Clarkson's had a great long career. It's been almost 20 years since she's been a star. She's been a part of other song competitions. I know she was on The Voice for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's professional. In
She
such
is.
things.
She is. And she's a nice person too. She always has a good look and image and positive. So I always appreciate that. I'm really excited to see her.
So this competition is based on the Eurovision competition that exists in Europe for so many years.
Yeah.
One of the most popular shows, right?
As I've learned.
So big portion of Eurovision is the fact that country represent their culture, right? They sing in their languages. They bring something unique from their ethnicity, their folk music sometimes, something like special to their country, right often, right? So this makes it very special. How about United States? Do United States have difference in music between states?
Well, maybe not so pronounced as the cultures between countries in Europe, but I think that there's definitely enough diversity in our musical genres based on location to go around. I don't think that we necessarily have to be tied to those genres, but I think that there's a good amount of diversity. I mean, you can think of places like, Florida or maybe like a Tennessee or,
So what difference between Florida and Tennessee for those who don't know?
Sure. Well, Florida has a lot of music, but maybe a lot of people would think of the Latin influence, particularly in southern Florida from Miami. The Cuban or just Latino kind of sounds and genres. You think of, people that have come from Miami, Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, people like that. So
Okay.
It'd be interesting to see if that was the sound, but I'm not sure. Tennessee is the home of Nashville, where country music is recorded and performed every day.
The motherland of country music.
Yeah, it kind of is.
How about our Georgia?
Well, Georgia is known for a number of things. I think you could say maybe 40 years ago it was known for some kind of country music, some maybe a little bit of bluegrass and southern music, but 30 years ago I think it's been dominated by hip hop and R&B artists in particular. Atlanta is hip hop mecca, and so many artists, especially these days, come from Atlanta or at least buy a home in Atlanta.
So there is some diversity by states, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a really good chance that if states rely on that diversity, that they're going to have, a number of different styles represented. Now, that's no guarantee that they actually will. And we may find out that the person from California is performing some bluegrass. Not to say there aren't bluegrass artists in California. Or maybe some Miami Sound Machine from North Dakota.
Everything could be. So what we know right now, there is a website for American Song Contest, and there's a beautiful map of United States. And if you click on the state, you can see the participant from that state, right?
Okay, yeah, cool. Well, we should check that out, and we should see if see if what we think was true.
Since we discussed Florida, let's take a look at Florida.
Okay. All right, so Florida has Ali Zabala, Ale Zabala. Yes, this is very much Miami.
Yeah, this is exactly what you would expect from Miami.
Yep. Yeah. So we have at least stereotyped one state correctly.
I'm proud. We did good. We did well. Okay, let's take a look at next one. How about our Georgia?
Okay, let's take a look at Georgia.
So we expected hip hop.
Okay, so from Georgia we see Stella Cole.
Not exactly the face that I expected from Georgia, but...
No, looks like she's out of Los Angeles, but she's representing Peachtree City, which is just south of Atlanta. How about that?
Just a fun fact, every single street here in Atlanta probably called some sort of Peachtree.
Yeah, Peachtree Road, Peachtree Street, Peachtree Boulevard, Peachtree Avenue.
And it goes and goes and goes.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you'll come to the intersection of Peachtree and Peachtree. So... Well, it looks like this is maybe not quite hip hop, but it's definitely hip hop influenced. The brrr, whatever, I can't roll my R's. But that kind of sound comes from hip hop, certainly. The beat is a little bit hip hop influenced with the kind of the piano stabs and things like that. But I think it's a lot of modern pop influence in there too. Interesting. I suppose I'm not too thrown off by that representing Atlanta or Georgia as a whole.
So are you proud of your Georgia participant?
Well, it's not my cup of tea, but it could be worse.
Next one, let's take a look at Tennessee.
Ooh, I wonder if it's going to be country or bluegrass.
Let's check it out.
And from Tennessee, we've got Tyler Braden.
So let's take a look at his YouTube channel.
Let's take a look. Yeah. Tyler's a country star. This is very modern country music.
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected to see from Tennessee. So they really tried to keep our biases that we have here in the United States about music.
It is. It does seem like you can definitely look along those lines. I mean, Tyler here he sounds great, but it's kind of, I think, pretty typical of Nashville, overproduced country music about having a good time, super radio friendly, emphasis on the uniqueness of his voice and the twang of his voice.
Yeah,
it's cool. I think he'll do pretty well. We have a lot of those kind of fans in America.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the whole list of the participants and see if we see anybody famous.
Okay. All right. So looking at this list, one of the first ones is kind of obvious. Alaska is going to be represented by Jewel, who was a star here in America in the 90s when I was a little bit younger. I think Alaska has only ever had one star, and that was Jewel. Had one or two bands, 36 Crazy Fists. I don't think anybody's ever heard of them.
Alaska, probably.
But Alaska might have. Both people up there may have heard of them. No, I love Alaska. It's beautiful up there. And it's no surprise. Jewel's awesome. Jewel's a lot of fun. She's had a great career, and I think she's going to be a hard one to beat in the song contest for certain. Who else? We've got Ohio is going to have Macy Gray, who has been a popular artist here for a couple of decades with a very unique voice. It's kind of cool that she's representing Ohio. That's probably about the best you can do from Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so. Cisco is going to be representing Maryland and Baltimore, probably, in general. Cisco used to have that song, the thong song. You know, let me see your thong. That thong.
Let me see that song.
Ooh, boy. You're probably better off for it. That one might be interesting.
I will check it out.
We'll see how it goes. All right. This one's pretty interesting. From Nevada, I would imagine Las Vegas, we're going to get the Crystal Method, who used to do electronic music, techno music. Very popular back in the day. I guess I didn't know. Anyway.
I'm just wondering what he's doing right now. What kind of music will be.
I bet you it's going to be something electronic and hard-hitting, some sort of dance music. But
I love dance music, so it's good.
I do as well. But this is the big one. This is the big surprise. From Connecticut, and I think this is going to be the heavyweight of the competition, is Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton of pop star fame.
Even I know that name.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when a man loves a woman.
When a man loves a woman.
Boy. It's hard to beat for my money, I got to tell you. No, Michael Bolton's had a wonderful career, and he's had a bit of a resurgence here in the last, 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. He's kind of got to that point where he understands that he may not have always been the most popular person. The people were kind of, a little bit sharp on Michael Bolton towards the end of his career. But he's been in a number of comedy films now, and he's a great guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does in the song competition. That, for me, is the biggest name, for certain.
And this is very interesting because you know that in actual Eurovision, historically, very famous people who internationally even known did very poorly.
Yeah. Well, let's see if that carries over into the American Song Contest. I wouldn't be surprised. I think we'll find out very quickly if people are into celebrities or not. But this is America, and we love celebrities here. So
yes, you do.
We'll see how it goes. Well, that wraps up what we know about the song competition. The first episode is going to be the 21st. We're sure excited to see it. We haven't heard any of the songs yet put forth by the artists.
We only see the list of people who will be participating in the first episode, but songs seems to be not released yet.
And really, even only a few of the song titles. So maybe we'll learn a few of them at showtime. Either which way, Turnovision's going to be back immediately after the episode. We're going to tell you what we think about the song contest, the competitors, and the songs that we've seen so far. And hopefully you'll join us for all of that.
Let us know if you are interested in American Song Contest, what you want to know about it. Will you watch it or not?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, as always. We'd love to see the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. We can't wait to see you next time on Turnovision.
Bye-bye.